YouTube's not live yet. Voila! It turns out once you tell it to actually start streaming to YouTube, then it starts actually streaming to YouTube. I am a genius. Who could have seen that? Alright. Okay, we'll hop on QM for like a second while we wait for everyone to peel on in. I know I need to like prevent myself from humming because I just have a song stuck in my head and I don't need to subject you all to that. Whatever, sure. Probably should have just accepted the last connection.
Egrets, get ready. Now.
Quiet on the set. Showtime.
Oh boy. We're not mashing. So sad. Okay, this Wi-Fi whack is a bit rough. Oh boy. Am I going for that? Can I do that in this connection? My charge! Oh boy. That is rough. I'll give them one more game, but I'll make sure to actually hop in the stream channel first. Okay. Just in case any of the other goobers wanted to hop in. I know we had some maybes for assistance tonight. Oh boy! This is so rough. Oh boy. What do I do? Wait, there we go. This is gross. I didn't get the punch? I mean, I guess I What? The joy of Human. Probably should have just stopped and got ready for the event, but my ego is bruised. So I gotta do home at least a little bit. This won't work on... It will. Oh. These have gotta be one-sided rollbacks, right? With, like, them getting these hit confirms? This is ridiculous. Reset before I hit the ground, fair enough. Right? Oh, jeez.
Hello.
Greeting.
I'm not late, am I?
I. There's no way this is. Yeah, they're Wi-Fi. God. There's no way that isn't one-sided. They wouldn't be able to do the combos they're doing if they had the same rollbacks. I was kidding. Okay.
Well, it's not that much today, right? It's just two.
Yeah, we got two best of, or not best of fives, but 2-5 flat.
Okay. It's not beta.
Nope. I actually don't know if this beta is more stable, but I kind of don't want to test it, so. God bless you, CJ.
Wait, what?
It's just in another channel. It's very funny and caught me off guard.
I see.
Android versus at Tsukinomi or Tsukiyomi, and I gotta make sure I don't ping the wrong one again for like the infinite time.
Y'all should like change your name, Smile. Just nickname them Tsukiyomi 1 and Tsukiyomi 2.
No, I just type in Suki, and there's someone who just has their nickname as Suki in the Alright.
You'll be fine. My dog like did the shaking thing and slapped her ears around, like had a heart attack. It's like, what the fuck's in my room? I'm home alone.
Hurry.
It'll be fine. JP's not listening.
Hurry.
Listen. I can outrun JP.
They'll find a way.
You would never catch me.
Get put in double Jero IRL.
I will hold down back and tech the throw.
TK
If they
fridge
throw a fridge
incoming.
above me, yeah. If they throw a fridge above me, it's over.
Alright, win. Grippy?
That command grippy.
We don't have the bar. Oh no!
Oh.
Misinput. Really not a great time for that though, unfortunately.
Nice alpha count.
Yeah. I probably would have rather you alpha counter stenciled. I don't know if that was the intent, but yeah. Much better than losing that character. I also, man, I missed it in the moment. If you hadn't already gone into shot there, Tsuki, funnily, Pillar on reaction is a really good tool to just beat a lot of different alpha counters. So when you see it, oftentimes a Pillar is the right reaction. Again, if you haven't already committed to L shot to eat your special cancel. Like, it beats alpha counter, beat extend, among other things. It's just silly.
We're dropping.
Dynamo. I thought we did that too late. Level 3. Yep.
Also, forgive me coughing. Recovering from sick.
Can't believe you just start dying like that.
Yeah. Well, regardless, it's a place to learn Aki. It's unironically your best bet to fight something you can't fight that well. In a place to learn.
Also, I just played Qual in a reasonably long set, so I think I know at least what to help you with on that matchup. Because Qual has a couple issues. So we'll see. Tumble run, fair enough. Yeah.
Right?
Really cannot overcommit with a M Shadow behind. Is this dead though?
I think. No.
No. Yeah, not ratio. That actually wins. That's hilarious.
Alright. Okie dokie. Aww. Nice bait on the back, chat. That is sad.
Mixing. Just throw her.
Alright, incoming. Back to neutral.
They're giving you that space, just run at them.
Ice tech.
Oh, that's SBO. SBO can convert off that. It's hard. I really nice. 5 flat games. Oh no!
Oh no.
Yeah. Gotta work on that DHC timing. Grip.
Gripped.
Did we not have punch charge?
I don't know which charges they've used just yet.
Might have lost track of punch charge.
I'm just still surprised they didn't use the funny charges whenever they were just staring at a down back.
Yeah, no, we already had punch charge. Use Sing charge to convert off of ground throw, if you can. Close to the corner, or charge silver cord I think is universal confirm as well. Meter is really important to you. Good catch.
Nice.
So if you can use your charges to convert off the throw, I highly recommend it. Especially if you can do silver cord, because it keeps you in a really good stage. Wake up level 3. Ooh. You could have daisied that, right? We're close enough? Or SBO?
If Daisy was close enough, yeah.
I
think I would have just did Daisy because of the end bone.
Yeah. Yeah, to that point, any level 3 is not something she can really, like, easily set up or get out without other setup, because you can react, and the second you hit her, it goes away, so it's a lot less effective.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime!
Poncho. DP assist. The pickup.
Heavy
Up
punch.
forward. What's the mix? Alright, they're dead. That's what I would say.
Yeah. I think we wanted alpha counter. That won't work! Oh, reflect that, King Droid. Whenever you see bikes and you're not in block stun, so after pillar bikes, etc., good press there. Reflect the bikes. If you reflect the first hit of bikes, it clears all of the remaining bikes and you get a really easy counter hit compared to needing to like PBGC and be in range. Really important reaction to have down as Bella.
Yes. Okay, we're doing extra homework.
Any routing's changing anyway, don't worry about it right now.
I don't think it can really change a lot.
We'll see.
If anything. I've been looking, trust me. They kind of hit, as you can see, they kind of hit every single button.
Smile.
I don't know, maybe it's time for JMK loops or something like that.
We will see. Yeah. We are overextending into these assists a decent amount. Annie DP and M Shadow are really good at kind of just catching you doing stupid stuff in their face. And they're, in general, DP assists are something you should really be used to dealing with. Bella thankfully has really good tools because she has her command throws, which the second you actually throw someone, your character becomes invulnerable. So throwing or command throwing people who are just down backing behind an assist, trying to wait for you to overextend into it, it's really good. That's a good job of using the dead zone. I don't know if I trust you to consistently do that, I'm sorry. We'll also say for you, King Droid, sorry. Could be a little bit more patient in neutral. We were using Tumble Run a lot. Versus zoning matchups, you have the Reflector. You've been using Tumble Run to get through a lot of projectiles, but Reflector's another tool to throw in there. Other than that, you can just be a little bit more patient, do dash jump, jump medium punch, just a big slappy. If you did any other special there, it would chip them out and kill them, and you might have been able to kill the assist afterwards. So keep an eye on chip. It's a very important thing. The command throw got mashed on, unfortunate. Oh, yeah. Oh, 1, you didn't have meter. 2, nothing you can do there actually wins versus level 3.
Punch into raw tag.
So I might have been mashing raw tag the whole time and got jump medium punch. That's my assumption.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
assumption.
I think I'm gonna pay a lot more attention to Suki this last game, because I really want to figure out why the neutral's falling apart at times.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Yeah,
Messed up
it seems
hook.
like a
Okay.
tumble run into your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's just them getting, the tumble run into their face and then Bella's in your face pressing at you with faster.
So
buttons.
it's overall, King Droid is committing to a lot of high risk options. And so you see them get counter hit there. Their neutral has been a lot of tumble run. When you notice a player playing like this, Parasol has some really good tools. Yep, it
That's
hits the
unfortunate.
whenever Squiggly hits the assist, you really got to be prepared for that. It's something I abuse all the time because no one's thinking about it. Yeah. So just try and commit to a lot safer options. Just kind of wait for them to do something. Like a lot of what you likes BFF there. You can react to SBO.
I was gonna say, couldn't you buffer your DP during the Super Flash there and then
Yep.
just let it roll?
You can, but I would honestly just go straight into bikes and not risk flubbing that charge, because that charge can be a little bit finicky. Because you're gonna need to do the same thing to get out at the end of the day anyway. It's gonna... Oh, that does actually hit both. Yep.
Yeah.
Not allowed. Yeah. Also, you can do the same thing as Annie. It just costs you 2 bar instead of a charge. Pillar of Creation is the exact same sort of tool. Oh no, Stinger! Yeah, so one big thing I think you need to recognize, Suki, is that one, you shouldn't be mashing Beam Super on Wink. But, Squiggly SBO...
Fell a moment.
Oh no! Squiggly SBO does not have enough hit stop to cover its startup, with the exception of when she sings. So if she does SBO raw, you can cancel into a lot of things that end up winning, whether it's invulnerable supers or like DPs that stall enough time. It's really important to know when dealing with Squiggly, because you have enough time on the Super Flash to realize, oh crap, this is what's happening, and here are my tools to deal with. And so it's one, already knowing what you can do. So again, more often than not with your team, it's going to be supers. So like get into a BFF, get into a Stinger, stuff that makes you invuln and hits them is ideal. It's a lot harder to deal with Squiggly if you're not prepared to just use the supers for that. Other than that, for you, Suki, I don't know necessarily how to improve your neutral, especially... not necessary. It's... I would really think about the tools you're using, how much you're committing yourself, and how much your opponent is committing them. Because the games where you won, or the games where you were getting a lot of hits, you were doing a whole lot of nothing and just letting your assists work for you. And the reason that worked is because King Droid was being really reckless in neutral. And so your DP assist will catch them overextending, and M Shadow does the same thing while also catching Tumble Run. It's adjusting your neutral to how much your opponent is just swinging. Because sometimes if you do nothing, let them be the idiot and then punish them afterwards, that can work very well in SG. Like, this isn't necessarily Street Fighter where it's like you're whiff punishing stuff, but sometimes people can just commit all the way down a route where all of a sudden their remaining options are not good, and you can start abusing that. Other than that, I think I would just recommend thinking about what buttons you want to be pressing at which spacing, and whether you want to be the aggressor or like a zoner. Because you were doing a little bit of parasol zoning, but then you kind of just stopped and did nothing, and I think you might have been afraid of Tumble Run, but it didn't feel like you have a game plan you were comfortable with. And so you swapped in between doing nothing and letting your assists work, and kind of just pressing and getting hit by the stuff King Droid had been doing all set. And then for you, King Droid, other side of the coin, it was kind of working, but versus a player who adjusts just that tad bit more, your neutral habits are going to leave you hanging a lot. So I would tone down the tumble runs. Again, I'd recommend starting to use more tools like your jump medium punch. It's a really good neutral button. Like, even for just controlling space, if you get them to stand still or go backwards with that, you're doing your job. You're a grappler. You want them in the corner. It's like, at the end of the day, yes, you want the hit, but if you're gaining that screen space as Bella, That is where you want to be. And then that is also the same thing for defense. There was so many times where like we were laughing at I'm assuming you were mashing raw tag, and so you got squiggly jump medium punch, you landed, and then you got raw tag afterwards. Stuff like that. Be a little bit more patient, because if I'm catching on to stuff like that, I'm letting you hang yourself on defense. I am just going to like up forward, block whatever you do, and get the biggest heavy counter hit of my life. And so there's no like one correct frequency to mash. It's a dial you adjust, but I think your baseline level of mashing is just way too high. I think you're just committing to a couple too many risks. And so like you have a safe DHC in the back, you can do Dynamo and SBO, but a lot of the options you were choosing to get out of scenarios was not that. So you can be ignorant in a different way and keep yourself a lot more safe, but that's not as much of what we were seeing. Yeah, so I think the other thing was I felt like you maybe could have killed a little bit more, especially on the Squiggly. Squiggly with ratio on her side deals a ludicrous amount of damage, and sometimes you were going for 1 or 2 extra resets that might have not really been necessary. And yeah, the downside is her meter dump isn't great for damage, but she doesn't need it. She hits like a truck anyway. Devil Horns is a really risky option, but that at least you can do Devil Horns into oh crap I whiffed, into Dynamo, into SBO, and keep yourself safe that way. So it's like that's still one of those options that's a lot better. Yeah. Look, internet is an enigma, Koala. Did you have anything you wanted to say, Ito?
Nope.
I know those are like 2 pretty narrow points, so if y'all want more comments on things, just ask me and I'll rewatch it and like ping y'all tomorrow with a couple more specifics. But those were, I feel, the things that were just really sticking out to me. That's why I like tunnel visioned on them pretty hard. So yeah, hope that helps. Let me know if I need to go through the VOD afterwards. Otherwise, I think we'll be moving on to the next match. I do like, I will say, both of y'all are still showing progress. Both of y'all, we've been watching you for a while. It is improvement. And I know I sounded kind of harsh, I came off pretty curt. Y'all are still doing well. These are just the next steps to keep going. So just keep it up. Tor stuck at freaking double zero. All right.
Who are you? Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Forward button.
Mix.
Yeah, running a lot of bit. Air throw goes that way. Oh no! Great idea for the anti-air. Just didn't quite work. Not dead. Hold this.
Just gonna hold the knockdown. The counter hit.
Can Fu put a tag road into band?
I think so. Like,
That did
the
not
only
look
thing
like
I
it
would
should've
think would
worked.
be like Yeah, I think it would be like M Shadow and the 20 boots, and then the tag in the band for OTG.
Brass SSI. Yeah. If that is a possibility, I would have really liked to see that there. He would have gotten a lot of red health back.
No, they're trying to parry.
Yeah. It's the matchup.
Quick tidbit, if you're trying to parry with Big Bang, you can just button dash and still be able to parry. That way you gain your space while obviously still parrying. As opposed to just standing there.
You might have been close enough to throw there. When they did that mine in your face. It's hard to react to. I suck at it. But with Big Band Throw, it's always something to look out for. Yeah, and then I need to definitely need to ask JP about this, but like when I'm Parasol and I see M item, a little bit of space, but I use that as an opportunity to get some counter zoning in. Because the second H item drop is off the table, it's a lot easier to get your projectiles out in the middle. I mean, we can split the matches, Saki.
We're here to give you advice and try to help you in said matchups. Like, I get it might be annoying to play the same thing over and over, but like, I went through this, I'm pretty sure Dance went through this, because like, Doc and I definitely remember just playing each other each and every single time for every GGA, and we still went through it because it was good advice regardless.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I don't know, I don't know what you're expecting here. It's like, we can't help you if you just keep leaving.
I mean, I'll just go through with the... Some days you're just shot. That's fair. Okay, do you want to fight Koala?
I have been doing nothing but beta having. You can go for that one.
Okay, this will be interesting. I'm probably gonna actually have to not talk and just focus, because this matchup is fun. But I'll definitely have some thoughts after the fact, because I know some of the things I abuse them on. And it's mostly just they're really bad at actually preventing people from running straight at them.
Skullgirls Get Gr8.
Oh. Hello, Slurgan. Just trying to get Koala some games for the Sea Stones. Gotta work on the PVGC timing. I'm just gonna say it like this, you can't really rely on the patch to come save you, because you don't know what they're going to change about there, or if much at all. And it also may just not change in the way you want it to. So it's just better to understand how to fight this current iteration, as opposed to just praying a patch will save you. Also, I want y'all to take note of how patient Dunce was fighting Big Guck. Not really running their face into bombs that often. And willing to just chase her down, even if she gets out of the corner a few times.
Part of the advantage for that is I am playing solo, but yeah, overall,
Yes,
trying to
of
cheat your
course,
way
of course.
versus Peacock, I've found just lets her teleport out, and that makes me want to lose my mind.
Egrets, get ready. Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
Also, Koala, I noticed a couple of those stun heavy punches were cancelled early. Let's work on that a little bit. This matchup is gonna be the death for me. I swear to God. My bikes. Why does that reset there?
I don't think he even needed that reset. I full bleed.
Yeah, maybe didn't need the reset, but it's also Trio v Solo, so Robo level 3 might not have actually done that much.
Egrets, get ready.
That's what replays are for, Koala. You can at least see what the input reader thinks it saw, at the very least. And it can be revealing at times.
The grip me. That did not look like it was going to convert. Free block.
Why could she block there? Was that not backdash?
I thought. Hold on. This is where the clip function comes in.
Was I just slow?
I'm trying to look. Yeah.
Egrets, get ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime.
I don't think he got the jump out. I think it was just laid, maybe. I didn't see any frames of jump squad. Nice. Hello, Mira.
Yeah, so what should we call it? That's kind of what I'm talking about, Koala, when I say you struggle a bit preventing people from just running at you sometimes. There's some round starts where you do a lot of movement and you rely on your assist to cover you, but you don't actually get any projectiles out. And so I just straight up get to run at you. And that is oftentimes how I just rob some of these games, because solo with Happy Birthday in the corner just straight up wins. And it's like, this character just gets to do stuff in people's faces. So you don't really need to be that afraid of me just dashing at you. You can just get an Eldritch out and all of a sudden I have to be dash blocking it. It's like, yes, technically you're minus, but then you frame trap with the world and an assist behind it. Messed up that timing that time. Don't do that too much.
Nice adaptation, Bugs.
I'm so sad. I love how I just have to hold that. Oh my god. Despise this matchup of the burning version. That was supposed to be Eltos. Really?
Head involved.
I keep contesting at bad times.
I saw the attempt to get fancy there with that mix.
Try to back throw. Nice. Oh, that's awkward. That wall splits. I wanted 6 LP. I think I still lose there. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, Shesh using Rav, I think that's just straight up faster than your 6 LP.
But yeah, so it's I think you have a similar problem that I do, Koala, that I've been struggling on for a while, where you have 1 or 2 game plans that you're used to running and they check a lot of players, but when you run into someone who either just plays in a way that outright beats it or knows how to adapt and do it, you shut down and aren't really sure what your options are. And so that's what happens when you play JP. Every time they know what you like to do consistently, adapt to deal with that, and then what you try to change, what you know how to change, doesn't beat the options they're choosing. And so instead of being able to figure out like a different way to approach it, you're just like, well, I guess I'm screwed. And so there's a couple of things, and again, the biggest one that I can recognize and punish is sometimes you're just not getting trap out on the screen. And so I just run you down, get a double snap, and the game's over. I mean, part of being wrong is getting shot, but I'll put it this way, and especially in a longer set, like a 1st to 10. So like for the advanced tests, you either try something and learn if it works or not, or you keep on doing the same thing or shut down and get no information whatsoever. And it's like, if I'm losing anyway, I might as well at least try and get some information out of it. But like you watch Triv, you watch TJ, you watch Nope. They're really smart with how much they can get away with, and sometimes they're not even. But that's a different point. Peacock can get away with a lot. So it's... I think you just need to learn your lines a little bit more. The Robo was doing some things well. There was 1 or 2 times, or one game specifically, where it felt like the spacing was slightly off, and I kept accidentally getting like dash L shot instead of dash jump light kick, and I'm pretty sure I would have caught you for trying to bail out when I was a little bit too close. But overall, the spacing seemed pretty good, and I think you can just do dash up aggressive option a little bit more. It's like just dash up a sweep, especially if you still have assists, mainly if you still have assists, so you can salvage your block strings. Be a little bit more aggressive. Like when I ran up to do a little bit of patient offense and I just like did dash block down back and you hit me with a raw dust in my face, that's something to throw out. That's a really good check to catch people approaching you. Sometimes just drastically changing the pace of the game is exactly what you need to make your zoning that much more volatile. It's a lot more true for characters like Fuqua or Double or Parasol, but Peacock and Robo can do it too. Robo's got the fastest ground dash in the game, like at least over a long period of a long distance. So it's like she can change on a dime and just be really aggressive out of nowhere. And just put that one little extra thing on the person's mental stack of yeah, and then if you're keeping account like pillar spacing, etc., it's even better. And that's like one of the reasons why Parasol players lose their mind about the Umbrella matchup. It's because like we don't have any ways to check space. Like your buttons are just straight up better. Our 2 medium punch, something that we rely on in every matchup in this game, no longer functions versus your character. Being able to contest space is a key part of zoning. I mean, it's a key part of the game in general. It's. I think you can afford to be a little bit more ignorant and a little bit more aggressive, because your 2 medium punch just wins. If I do 2 medium punch, I have to go into like 1. If it whiffs, I just lose, and then if it's on block, I have to go into stand heavy punch and pray that brings me close enough for L shot to be a true block string, or else I lose. It's just such a scuffed matchup. But yeah, I think 1, not shutting down and figuring out adaptation. So like honestly right now I have an idea and I'm just gonna go lab it before I end the stream. To deal with one of the things you were doing that I was just not able to deal with, and I think I have an idea. I think I did that still, but you get the point. Yep. Okay, now I know. If you keep relying on that and your execution is good to avoid the throw, I can snipe and do it. And just like thinking about this stuff in game or thinking about this stuff after the fact in lab is really important to add just those little bits of interaction, every specific interaction into your brain, where it's all of a sudden, oh, I've seen this in a game, and this gives me an idea of how to beat this exactly, or I know what I do works in a similar situation, let me try that here. Yeah, and I think the way I want to put it is getting shot isn't necessarily an awful thing. I wouldn't necessarily go full experiment mode in brackets, but in casual sets or even tryhard sets, but longer sets and sets where the results don't really matter and you're just playing to get experience, try it, especially if you're dead lost for other answers. If everything else you've tried doesn't work, why not? Because it's like nothing else you've done has worked anyway. But the way I think about stuff not working in game, because I don't do lab all that much. It's something I need to start doing more, but I'm someone who's gotten almost everything I've done from experimentation in game. Just because an option loses doesn't immediately take it off the board. If it like consistently loses to every variation of what they do, it's like, okay, maybe this is kind of dumb. But I keep trying stuff for the entirety of a set and for a couple of sets until I really get a feel of like, okay, this can consistently work in these scenarios. I shouldn't do it if I expect them to do this. Yeah, getting stuff onto the screen without getting hit for it. It's... Yeah, I don't understand Peacock Wall enough to describe where you're going wrong there. But you have access to Baghdad, you have access to Nope, and you also just have access to so many, like, VODs. All of the tournaments, for the most part, like all the weeklies, upload their stuff. And so it's, ask people and do your research. Now that I'm back to solo soul and I'm like, I really need to focus on a couple things and do research outside of the game, I'm probably gonna start going through a lot of VODs of Race, go through Wing Zero, like just go through all the Parasols, see how they play, take notes, see what they do where, try and figure out why by asking them directly or just watching the replays and figuring that out, and then add that to my gameplay. And yeah, no, you're exactly right about Robo. Robo, you watch the best Robos play, you watch PME play, you watch Catpie play. They're getting beams out, but that is secondary. First and foremost, Robo is always making sure she's in a safe position to then get the chip damage out. The reason she's a good zoner is she is the best, like some of the best movement in the game. It's disgusting. And then she has some really good hitboxes alongside that to abuse her stuff. And so it's like, the couple times I just barely missed catching you because you pressed jump heavy punch, that's exactly what that button's for. You slink your body away and you get a little projectile that trades out for you. And it's like, it's infuriating to deal with. Yeah, so I think you're getting there, but I would work on adapting in real time. It's hard, especially if you're really set and playing in certain ways. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I feel like I've plateaued for the past God knows how long. It's like, I'm focusing on different things, and so adaptation kind of falls to the wayside, and that's something that needs to change. all that sort of stuff. And so it's like asking people, trying stuff out. And I'm sure if you asked JP, JP might be a little bit mean and try and encourage you to figure it out on your own. But it's like, if you ask JP how to deal with some of the really basic stuff, they might give you some. And so it's like, for one of the things for double jail specifically, when they're doing like the burst bait fallback with Avery and like lower dash up throw, I'm pretty sure you can just up forward. Like, show you're able to up forward. And then the other thing I've talked about while watching you play versus JP, you also do a lot of what I do, where you push block in the exact same spots every single time. And so they can tailor their assist calls to just cover that and constantly stay in. Gelato is really good at this too. I mean, a lot of the top players are, but like some are really good at it. And so if you never adapt when you push block, it's never your turn. And so you can omit push block and then just go for a really fast button, because they're likely calling an assist and dashing at you. And that means, because they're expecting there to be downtime. Because essentially when you push block, you're putting yourself in extra blocks done. So if you don't do that, you can act so much faster than they're expecting. Yeah, and so it's just try and figure out things you can think of to deal with, or ask players for how they deal with it. So it's just kind of another process of learning how to learn. Because if you get really set in your habits, it can be really hard to get rid of them. As talking from personal experience. Yeah, also, stop doing this. Because I know the punish now.
Should have saved that for bracket.
No, there's other things I know. And that's part of why I'm also saying I think you repeat a lot of the same habits without realizing it. Another one you do a lot that'll just put into your head so you actually pay attention to it a little bit more. Whenever you tech an air throw as umbrella for incoming, the second you hit the ground, you're mashing stand medium punch. You do it every single time. You've just got a couple habits like that where there is no changing this, and it is really abusive. Like, or rather, you aren't changing it, and because you're not changing it, it's really abusable with hard callouts. Just sort of stuff like that. So try and pay attention to your habits that are happening like that, and hopefully it'll help. I know that was a long, rambly learn how to help yourself sort of deal, but hope it helps. How the stream muted this. I mean, no worries. There's a reason we keep the VODs up, so. But on that note, I think I'll be getting the video up and figuring out who to raid. So yeah, you get on watching that VOD call, because it's a bit rambly, but I think it's important for you to hear. So, I know I kind of just talked a lot. Ito, do you have anything to say? I'm sorry. I do this every time.
No, you said everything.
I'm sorry. Just start talking and I'll shut up.
CCDT hasn't started yet. I mean, you can...
Yeah, they don't start the bracket this early, but yeah, sending y'all to video, and this time I'll mute the right sources and not just leave us talking.
So let's say you can send them to Rika as well.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. Goodbye, have a good night.
And my spectator.
That's okay.
Oh,
Second
ooh.
tier.
Oh, nice! Ooh!
Oh, we avoided
Let's go.
it. Nice.
Oh, let me see it.
Hey,
Hey,
the combo?
hey, hey.
you finished this.
That's,
They died.
that's somewhat of a combo,
Nice.
yeah.
Hey, they're dead.
We're missing a few more parts to it, but
Yeah.
We got Abomination.
It's like we have some bombas, but like our knowledge of the mechanics of the game are not exactly there just yet.